welcome to my video. Today, I'm going to be talking about episode 4 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch. And in this episode, there's going to be the Summer Bay, the Cornelia Marie, the Southern Wind, and the Time Bandit. These are the 4 boats that are going to be in this episode. And this episode starts out with Wild Bill motivate him to become a better greenhorn because he's not working out so well. It shows little scenes of what are going to happen in this episode. The episode starts out with the Time Bandit, and Captain Jonathan is like, I want you, Josh, to take command of the Time Bandit for a little bit, because I need a little break. And that's why I brought you on the Time Bandit, to be a relief captain. So, the Time Bandit is set up way different than the Cornelia Marie, so it's going to take Josh a little bit of getting used to the controls of the Time Bandit, because he's used to his boat, the Cornelia Marie. It comes to their first pot. Josh is starting to go for the pot, and he's a good ways away from the pot. Freddy is throwing the hook to catch the pot to bring back on board, and Freddy hasn't missed one of those shots in a very long time. This time, he misses the shot because it's just too far away for him to catch it with the hook. So, Josh has to turn the Time Bandit around to get close enough for Freddy to catch the pot. The crab is not very good. They're getting about 4 king crab per pot, which is very low for king crab. Then it goes to the Cornelia Marie, and the Cornelia Marie is really close to the Time Bandit. They're in the same boat. They're hauling in about 4 crab per pot, same as the Time Bandit. Casey reaches out to the Time Bandit, and they're trying to figure out a strategy of what to do, and then they kind of compare notes on where the king crab is headed. Jonathan figures out the king crab are headed west, and he figures they're moving about 2 miles a day. So Jonathan says, we're going to go set about 4 miles away from where we currently are. The Time Bandit and the Cornelia Marie have their plan set in motion, and they start hauling their pots to stack so they can move 4 miles and get ahead of the school of king crab. Then it goes to the Summer Bay. Their king crab quota is 24,000 pounds, and they have caught about 53% of their quota for king crab. They've got just under 12,000 pounds of king crab to catch, and they're getting about 4 king crab. Their greenhorn is also really struggling, and it's nighttime, and they're hauling in their pots, and all of a sudden, all the lights turn off, which means the generator is not working. So Wild Bill loses all of his steering. He's at the mercy of the Bering Sea. So Landon and Nick go down to the engine room, and they are working on figuring out what's going on with the generator. They temporarily switch it to their second generator while they work on the first generator. The thing that caused the first generator to stop working, there was a $10 wire that was kind of broken. So they switched that out. They get the first generator back online and turn the second one off, and then they get back to hauling in their gear. Then it goes to the Southern Wind, and in the last episode they got the call from Sig to go out and help catch the bear dye quota so the bear dye fishing is not shut down, because if they don't catch the quota, Fishing Game will shut the bear dye season down. They're getting ready to set their 120 pots, and their deckhand, who was a former deckhand on the Saga and the Seabrook, he was supposed to grab the remaining bait bags, and he didn't. They were supposed to have 120 bait bags. They only had 90 bait bags, so they're 30 off. So Captain Harley is like, well, you're going to have to use your socks. And the fishermen bring a ton of socks because their socks will get soaking wet throughout the time they're on deck. They're going to use 30 of his socks to use as bait bags. Then it goes to the Time Bandit, and the Time Bandit is setting their gear where Jonathan was going to set their gear. And the Cornelia Marie is in the same area, and they're setting their gear. And while the Cornelia Marie is setting their gear, Jeff talking to him on the intercom, and Casey's like, I bet you, Jeff, that we're going to have a 45 average. Jeff's like, I think we're going to have less than that. So the bet is whoever loses the bet, they're going to have to jump into the crab tank and grab a king crab out of the bottom of the tank, and that water is freezing cold because it's the same temperature as the Bering Sea. Then it goes to the Summer Bay, and the Summer Bay is, they're starting to set their gear in the new spot that is like 4 miles away from where they just were. The greenhorn is still struggling. It goes back to the Time Bandit and the Cornelia Marie. The Time Bandit's about ready to pull in their first pot, to where Jonathan said there should be really good king crab. They're getting ready to haul in the pot. Then the Cornelia Marie is really close to them, and Casey's honking the horn on the Cornelia Marie. The Cornelia Marie pulls their first pot, and it has like 56 crab. Then the second pot they pull in has like 67 crab, and the Time Bandit is doing about the same. They're getting 50 to 60 king crab in each pot. So Casey's like, well, that means you're gonna have to jump in the tank and get that crab, Jeff. Then Casey's like, I'm gonna change up the bet here a little bit, and if you can throw the hook and get the pot on the first try, I will jump in the tank and get that king crab. So Casey gets close to the pot and he's like, I'm not gonna go easy on you. I'm gonna go by pretty fast. And Jeff throws the hook and he catches the pot. And it was his first try. So that means Casey is going to have to jump into the crab hold and grab the king crab out of it. Then it goes to the Summer Bay, and the Summer Bay is in harbor to offload their king crab and get ready to go out for bear dike season. And he calls Landon, Nick, and Blake the greenhorn on the Summer Bay. It starts out with Wild Bill talking, and then he hands it off to Landon to let Blake go, who Landon hired for the summer on the Summer Bay. Wild Bill gives him the responsibility of letting Blake go, and they basically tell him, you're doing good, but we can't have you on deck in case of an emergency with your hands not working, so they let him go. Then it shows the Time Bandit and the Cornelia Marie. The Time Bandit offloading their king crab and them talking. And then it goes to the Cornelia Marie, and the Cornelia Marie is offloading their king crab, and the crab tanks are empty. They have one king crab, and Jeff hands it to Casey, and Casey has goggles on so he can go down into the bottom of the hold and get the king crab. And that water is 30 degrees, so it's going to be a very cold plunge. Casey gets it and he tosses it in the water. Then he dives in to go get one king crab, and then he comes up and he has it in his hand and he hands it to Jeff, and then he runs into the wheelhouse of the Cornelia Marie to get warm and changed from his cold, wet clothes. And that is how episode 4 of season 17 of Deadliest Catch ends. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this episode, and stay tuned for episode 5's review of Deadliest Catch. Don't forget to hit the bell icon down below so you can be notified when I upload videos. Also, please share this video with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you guys for watching, and if you ain't dreaming, you ain't living. Don't forget to dream big.